Jeff Gordon has led all 47 laps so far in Las Vegas. As you look at today's aerial coverage provided by Budweiser. And trouble on Ryan Newman, the 12th place car. We hear that he may have a tire going down.
And he's on pit road right now, Steve Burns.
Larry Mack, he told crew chief Matt Borland just a lap or two ago, he says, help me, I'm really struggling. They had talked about chassis adjustments. They're going to take a half-pound out of both front tires and put 2 rounds of wedge in the left rear. But then he just came back and said, I have a flat tire. So in he comes, and Matt Borland's crew goes to the attention of that 12 car. Again, they'll change 4 tires, no other adjustments. They do make an adjustment, as we said, to the left rear. 4 tires for Ryan Newman.
And I don't envy Matt Borland's decision that he had to make right there, because he's not like a football coach. He can't call timeout. We see Dave Blaney in the 77 car. He was going to make adjustments based on what Ryan was telling him. If they've got a tire going down, that throws all those adjustments out the window. He don't need to make them.
Boy, I tell you what, we're getting ready. We got us a race for the lead here. Here comes Dale Jr. all over the back of Jeff Gordon. He's going to dive under him. And Michael is right here, just right behind these guys. That's a great race for the lead. But what I'm really looking at is Mark Martin and a bunch of good cars are just up ahead of these cats getting ready to go a lap down.
Ward Burton's gone a lap down. Mike Skinner, Kenny Schrader, Kyle Petty, and Blaney pitted because he had just gone a lap down.
Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon are riding the bottom down on that white line, but Michael is all the way out. I swear, I think he's touching the wall down here in the middle of 3 and 4.
And Blaney's car won't fire. Now, Booty Barker and crew won the McDonald's Powerade 20 grand last week for spending the least amount of time on pit road. And the fortunes have turned on them this week. Blaney's going to go at least 2 laps down as he now gets off pit road and rejoins the competition. 51 laps complete, no caution flags and no pit stops among the leaders. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon are setting a pretty blistering pace that has now only 33 of the 43 starters still on the lead lap.
Here comes Mark. He's going to come into pits. He said, I can't take no more of this.
Hey, the timing is right to do that. You're fixing to go a lap down. Go ahead and try to get advantage of those fresh tires.
All right, pal. 1 stall past the start-finish line. Nice and smooth, guys. Make sure you check off the fuel there, Chris. 2 down in the right rear, Will. 10 away from there. 5.
Car's really tight if he's going down on the right rear.
The wheel that they want to put 2 rounds down on is Will Smith. He's the great rear carrier of the tires. Mark Martin has struggled with this race car. I talked to him this morning, and he just didn't seem to know what to do. Asked what was wrong with it. He said everything, absolutely everything. Pit stop, maybe they got some of it fixed.
But Dick, the adjustments they're making, like Darrell said, it indicates that car is pushing, not turning, and that's the same thing they have been fighting in practice. And you know, it's surprising because this group has always had a handle on this racetrack. And we see Michael Waltrip all the way up against the wall, but Bobby Labonte is right there on him in the 18 car.
And right behind them is Jimmy Johnson. And all of these Chevrolets, I think they got a lot of good grip. They got a lot of downforce, and it's going to be a lot easier on their tires than what we're seeing these other guys.
And you know, the surprising thing, just going back and put a period on Mark Martin, the other 3 Roush cars are running 6th, 7th, and 8th, and he's back there running 35th.
But you know, I know we talk about equal this and equal that and parity and everything else, but I don't think you can ever manipulate these cars enough from team to team to keep one from being better than the other.
On pit road, Ward Burton, John Andretti, and last week's winner, Dale Jarrett. And Jeremy Mayfield coming in.
And this is a little bit early based on what some of the guys were telling me. Robbie Gordon, and he just about didn't make it.
He was out in the grass, but he got her woed up.
I mean, this is one of the most treacherous entrances to pit road because you enter it right in the middle of turn 4.
And Robbie's pretty good at getting his car. You know, he's a good road racer. He's really good at getting it stopped.
He's a better off-road racer,
right, yeah.
And he almost was one then getting onto pit road. Remember last year, Sterling Marlin spun getting onto pit road and came back to win.
Jimmy Spencer, Joe Nemechek, Kenny Wallace, they're on pit road. This is the helmet cam on Jack Mann, John Bryant for Dale Jarrett, the 88 car.
He was shaking his head pretty hard there. He must not. The camera was really wobbling.
Jeff Gordon, 24 car, he's on pit road, Matt Yoakum.
Well, Larry Mack, we told you earlier in the race that first he was loose and then he got tight and then he progressively got even tighter. They're going to make a wedge adjustment on this stop for Jeff Gordon. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s guys up on the wall waiting for driver 8. He said his car is good. Not really talking about what adjustments to make to Junior's car yet, as their 24 guys are waiting for Jeff Gordon.
And Junior's making his entrance as Jeff Gordon finally comes to a stop. Look for, you can see the wrench go in the back window. Steve Letarte, the rear tire carrier, makes the adjustment as they come around. Remember we told you they're going to make that wedge adjustment, fix that race car. Meanwhile, the Bud guys are waiting for Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Eury Jr., the car chief, up on top of the box this year. Used to change the front tires, now just calling the shots on top of the box so he can call Junior in and also try to focus on what they need to do to that race car during the race, helping Junior manage his race better. That's one thing they want to look at this year. No wrenches in the back window of the race car as they come around to the left side. Kevin Pennell, the Jagman, 1 pump and a half. Car's out, and the stop's complete.
Michael Waltrip takes over the lead and now hands it to Bobby Labonte as Michael makes his appearance on pit road. Sterling's in. Steve?
And Michael Waltrip's got a nice clear shot into his pit because Elliott Sadler has already stopped in behind him and took 4 tires. Michael said, I don't want any adjustments. It's just a little bit tight, but I like it that way. Chris Crumley and Greg Osborne changing the tires. Brian Chase, the Jackman, slams the jack up in 2 pumps. The 15 is up. Good stop for Michael Waltrip.
Bobby Labonte took over the lead, but now he comes to pit road, handing first place to Kurt Busch.
And his teammate Tony Stewart in the 20 car, he's on pit road as well. Kyle Petty, Jamie McMurray, Derek Cope, Matt Kenseth. So 2 of the Roush cars elected to stay out, Kurt Busch in the 97 and Jeff Burton, who's now moved into second place in the 99 car.
Get those 5 bonus points.
Does it surprise you that Kurt Busch is going to run through a full tank of gas? In fact, here he comes now, 60 laps onto pit road, almost a full fuel run.
And his teammate Jeff Burton follows him in the 99.
I think Busch was just trying to stay out and get those 5 bonus points is what he was trying to do because he hadn't led yet.
Dick Bergeron.
Jeff Burton is in his pit right now. He had been in 3rd position, and just before he pitted, he said, I can't hang on to this thing much longer. His car very tight. Kurt Busch is pitting right in front of him. There is space for Burton to get out, however. A camera position in between the 2 cars allows that to happen. Busch has called for some radical changes in his car, said that car needs to be a lot faster.
Had a little bit quicker stop than Burton did. He beat him out of the pits there by maybe a second or so.
It looks like when it's all said and done, here's your leader of the race again right here, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the Budweiser number 8 car.
Yeah, he'd already chased down and passed Jeff Gordon, so I think that car's really working good.
And right behind him, he's already put Sterling Marlin, last year's winner, a lap down.
60 laps complete, all under green. First round of pit stops now completed. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 5th driver to lead today, is out in front.